like it was family.
I'd like to think that Bungie gives space for that human condition, that human element. It's a place where I can feel like I can be myself. It's a place where being taken care of. And I'd like to think that, you know, we're not perfect and there's things we can improve upon, but we try to talk about those things.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. It was honestly so much fun just diving into your stories a little bit, not just like as devs and working on Bungie's side, but as players before that and the journey into that. I'm really excited for the upcoming showcase, so I'm gonna need you all to meet me in the back. We're gonna do a blanket burrito, and we're gonna hunker down with some popcorn. Okay? Let's go.
Deal. Let's go.
I'm ready.
Let's go.
I'm excited.
Blanket burrito, yeah?
Yeah.
Why does my webcam always do this?
Comfort. We're about comfort here at Bungie.
Die.
Hello, old friend.
Close the door.
What? They're like corrupted gold. No.
Are they using supers?
That's what I want in Destiny. I want darkness.
If anyone knows how to fix this fucking webcam, I'm so over this. Every time okay, now it's yep.
Oh my god.
Or whatever.
Damn. Growth is nasty, son.
Your life is forfeit.
No! Woo! The Leviathan is back.
A scythe? A freaking scythe!
He's got us.
He has given himself over to the witness.
Yay. That was hot.
Job being me.
Sir, are you okay?
Oh, you look nasty.
What the frig? Is that the witness? Man, that's crazy!
Give me all of it. Give me all of it. I'm going to come. Oh boy.
Welcome, Guardians. So awesome to be here with you again.
What a guy.
Last time we got up here, we got a chance to show you Savathun, the Witch Queen, and her majestic throne world.
Since then, it's been a wild year for Destiny.
You returned to the original Loot Cave to reclaim the fabled Gallarhorn.
Then, you exorcised an ancient evil from a hive queen, so you could put it inside a grenade launcher.
And now, you've been spending the past few weeks cleansing a derelict Leviathan from
Oh
its
yeah, we've been
twisted
cleansing
nightmares.
it all right.
In fact,
Yes,
the last
Daddy.
year has been the best year we've ever had in the Destiny community. I hope you can feel it as well. And
Dude,
seeing
Witch
this kind of
Queen-
reaction from our community,
Witch Queen was
it's both
insane.
humbling and inspiring.
Because our team here at Bungie, we're not
But
just
can
developers, we're also
they
Guardians. We're
match
trying
it?
to build what we'd love to play in Destiny, and that's what brought each one of us here.
Is
Brought us
Witch
not
Queen
only
the
to
peak,
Bungie,
or is
but also
it-
brought all of us to
is it
this
gonna
final
be
showdown
not a mistake?
between light and darkness.
So, without further ado, this is the beginning of the end. This is Lightfall.
All right, so they're going with Lightfall. I know it was a working title. What the fuck? What?
When they see this glorious end, let them come and see. Our shape reveal what they do then. Unshackled from hope.
What?
That is who they are. Because only in the end are we free.
What?
I've seen that thing 100 times, and every time I see it, I still kind of get goosebumps.
What?
Instantly, I had chills.
What the fuck?
It's all here. It's all happening now.
things are finally coming to a head.
Thematically, we really have been honing in on that kind of
Whoa!
bombastic, big set piece approach.
It's gonna be over-the-top action, adrenaline pumping.
I thought they were gonna go like a
time.
darkness world. That
This
was
is
like
really
a
kicking off the
fucking
conclusion to the Light and Dark
cyberpunk city.
We
What?
finally face down this foe that we've been anticipating facing for so long. It's pushing it to 11.
We've been hinting at this malicious force.
And that was the first time we've actually seen like Callus's
a lot of our conflicts. We
body.
revealed that enemy, we put a name on it and put a face on it, and that enemy is the Witness. And the Witness is coming with its newly empowered disciple, Callus.
Callus is really crash landing with a new and more powerful army than ever before. They've got new powers, they've got new armor, they've got tormentors to join their ranks that are going to be bigger and badder enemies than we've ever faced. Callus is taking that army that he's bringing with him to be the harbinger of the Witness's doom.
This is such a pivotal moment for Destiny. Everyone is coming to have a last stand with Callus and the Witness to really avoid the next collapse, something that we've been trying to avoid ever since Destiny 1.
So
We've
weird.
seen the trailer that we're
What
headed
is
to
this?
Neptune, and on Neptune there's been this hidden city called Neomuna where an alternate version of humanity has been blooming since the collapse.
Neomuna is the capital city of Neptune. It's a giant metropolis that we were completely unaware existed until now. What's interesting and exciting to me about this place is that it's pristine, it's new. It's not like a lot of the places that we've explored previously in Destiny. Exploring that space is very, very cool.
There's so much new stuff to discover in Neomuna and in Neptune. And also I saw some new characters there. I'm really excited to get to know Cloud Striders and their story.
Cloud Striders can be compared to Guardians. They're both protectors of a civilization that's potentially under threat. But Guardians were chosen. It's their duty to protect humanity. Cloud Striders have chosen to protect their people.
There's like an awesome opportunity for the Guardians to learn from the Cloud Striders and their way of living and their philosophy of life.
So we've got the newness of that city, the newness of the Cloud Striders that we've never been aware of.
And then, of course, you get a glimpse of this green energy. I wonder what that is.
The new subclass. Let's
Strand
go.
is the new darkness power that we discover here. Something that's unique about Strand, unlike any of these other powers we've ever had before. When you play through Lightfall, you are discovering this power for the first time. No one in the universe ever in the history of Destiny has used Strand before.
This is the Guardian discovering darkness on their own and learning how to shape it and manipulate it and use it against Callus and his forces.
That whip
and have fun in the new urban environment of Neomuna.
If you can actually do that in gameplay, I'm going to shit my ass.
We just got a glimpse of our new destination, Neomuna, our new foe, Callus and the Shadow Legion, paired with the Witness, and a very brief glimpse at Strand, but that's just barely scratching the surface of what this release has to offer.
Right, like what we've just seen in that trailer is just the tip of the iceberg.
Dude, I'm so glad I didn't look at any of the leaks, dude. That is insane. Oh my god.
Last year, we wanted to return to our studio's roots in creating some of the best shooter campaigns in the industry.
That's been our legacy since Halo.
And you did
We
it.
tried to push that front and center in The Witch Queen.
You
and
went
it's about
crazy
more than
with
just
it.
guns, but creating an adventure in a handcrafted world full of surprises.
Fucking Doomslayer.
Then
Never get
we
old.
added the legendary campaign option. Because great combat needs to challenge you, to test your thumb skill, your tactics, and your build crafting.
And we heard
best
loud
decision
and
they've
clear
ever made.
that you want more of that. In fact, 2 out of every 3 players that completed the Witch Queen campaign did it on Legendary.
Let's
You
go,
tested
dude.
yourself against the Witch Queen and her
That's
Listen
how you
Hive
do
and
it,
rose
Bungie.
to that challenge.
That's how you do
and
it.
then you let us know it was one of the best shooter experiences that we've ever made.
Absolutely.
So with Lightfall, we want to push that even further.
love the Witch
We want to give you the best Bungie action experience that we can create with the brand new Lightfall campaign.
Oh my god.
Lightfall is going to change the way that our players.
They don't even need to show anymore. They could have just ended it there.
In Destiny.
Oh my god!
Neptune is this fantastic destination. The capital city of Neomuna is a really fun place to explore, and it's this bright neon metropolis. There's a harbor, office buildings, an arcade.
This is a city that we've made, and using Strand to traverse through it and
so is there going to be like
civilians? It's going to be so exciting.
There's some places that once you whip out that grappling hook, ooh, you're going to be able to explore.
Oh my god, you can do it in game! Oh my god!
I wonder if I can grapple to there. I'm going to be a kid in a candy store.
Oh my god.
It's not a city that is collapsed. It is a city that has lived through the collapse.
Neptune now has to deal with the cloak being pulled back and them being revealed to the world and are now central of the conflict.
Callus has taken his capital ship and just like planted it right down in part of the city, and it's Cabal-occupied territory. It's a city under siege.
So it's not going to be the Leviathan.
This infiltrator vibe at times where you feel like a tactical team going into a skyscraper. You're dealing with Cabal roadblocks and patrols all throughout the city.
Dude, what if this is like better than Cyberpunk?
The Shadow Legion, they provide that like characteristic Cabal brute strength. They're all about like volatility and power, and they've been enhanced now by pyramid technology. They have these suppression devices that can take away some of your super, take away some of your abilities, and then they fight alongside these terrifying new pyramid units called Tormentors.
As part of his discipleship to the Witness, Callus has been upgraded, and so the Tormentors that they've brought in are these impossibly huge, unstoppable behemoths. They wield scythes, they can attack from a distance, they can bring you in close, they can drain your very life force from you. They are basically embodiments of terror.
It's like a boss character within the battlefield. Your stomach drops. You're like, okay, I'm playing through, I'm having fun, I'm popping heads, doing this thing, and then boom, there it is.
We've got all the new stuff going into the game. Strand, Tormentors, Shadow Legion, a cool new environment. These are all a great setting for a new Legendary campaign, and we're still making sure that we go through and we tweak and tune and we balance the encounters to have that right challenging level of difficulty for players.
The Legendary campaign was a huge hit coming out of the Witch Queen. It was the first time we had done that sort of elected difficulty where you could really test your skill and test your power. And so we're going to bring that back for Lightfall.
Of course, you're still going to have that higher reward tier, and we still want to make sure that you get that inside track towards being raid ready.
Everyone back in the studio is so hard at work on Lightfall, putting in the details and making this whole release come alive and continue to surprise and delight players. I am so excited to get this out.
Lightfall is unlike anything players have seen before in Destiny, and it's another step that sends you hurtling to the conclusion of the Light and Dark saga.
Dude, like, last year with the Witch Queen, it's like, yeah, this is an extension of Destiny. It's the best Destiny ever could be. And this is, they're just going fucking insane now.
Come on. Amazing.
I'm super excited to dive into Strand and talk about all the new stuff that we just saw.
Strand, like Stasis, is a power from the darkness. Unlike our light abilities, which are all about creation, darkness is more about consciousness.
Strand is psychic energy that forms this extra dimension, or this sort of matrix that connects everything together.
It's kind of cool that it's not like they're not going directly into the
Guardian
poison
sort of
route.
Gaining the knowledge and gaining the power to peer into this alternate psychic universe and begin to pull at these threads and tug at these wires that are connecting all of these living beings.
When Guardians learn how to use Strand, it's almost like this third eye opens up. It's about peeling back the curtain of reality, taking those connections and then weaving them into new objects.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool to see them come together. Like, it's always been there, and now that we can tap into it, we can use it for our benefit, whether it's through movement or through damage.
Strand has a grappling hook. Since you're seeing into this cosmic web, you are able to grapple at any point because the cosmic web exists everywhere. Even if there's not an object there, it will hook on to that web and pull you forward. It's just taking that idea to the next level, putting that Destiny spin on it.
Yep. The grappling hook initially started as
Destiny
part
has
of
a grapple
Hunter's
hook
Kit, right?
now.
They're all about
Have to like
fluid movement, rapidly traversing space, and being very agile. But as we were developing, it's like, oh man, this feels like it's too much fun to just keep it to one class, right? So we made the call to expand this super cool new ability across all 3 classes.
Wow. So even if you're like using solar, you can use that?
We wanted to come up with how each of the classes interpreted this additional psychic dimension, like in their own way, right? So the Warlock, they're the telekinetic master of Strand. So they're going to be able to telepathically reach into the Strand dimension, pull matter out, and weave it into this big barrage of these Strand missiles. Wherever they land, these missiles are actually going to unravel, sort of reweave themselves into a new form.
With the Titan, you're able to weave these claws and do an area of damage around you, spinning and slashing.
Oh my god.
The super I think I'm most excited for is the Hunter Rope Dart super. The Hunter does a flip and weaves these strands into this rope dart and is swinging it as they're kind of moving around. The first time I saw that, even in its kind of like rough state, it just blew my mind. We've learned a lot from creating our other subclasses, and we've taken those learnings about combat, about movement, about build crafting. We've put that all into Strand, and I'm so excited
gonna be
to
broken
see
again?
where players
That's
take
the
it once
question.
it's out there in the wild.
Destiny is a game that gets even better when you play with your friends. We want to create communities
Where'd the Traveler go?
that are welcoming, inclusive, and that let you bring your old friends and make new ones. And since last year,
Where's
over
the Traveler in the
5
background,
million
buddy?
new Guardians have joined our ranks.
We believe that there are still millions more of your friends that would love to play Destiny with you. And the things that you want to see us improve in Destiny are also exactly what's going to make it easier to convince your friends to come and check out the game.
It should be easier to create custom, incredible builds. Easier to find people to play with. Easier to swap from being that boss-melting, storm chaser-wielding, falling star juggernaut right into that ultimate yeehawing, dead man's tail shooting, Titan's rampart crutching sentinel.
And if none of what Joe just said makes sense to you, we want to fix that too. Because it's not about removing the depth that makes Destiny so great.
New lights?
It's instead about allowing everyone to dive deeper with ease.
I just realized there's no reason for this.
The changes we're making to make Destiny easier to come into, changes to how you build your characters, changes to how you see
Loadouts, I saw that!
And what there is to accomplish.
Oh god.
In the year ahead, we're actually making it easier to form groups in Destiny so you can go and do some of the greatest content that Destiny has to offer.
All the teams are working together to build this experience, and so that's what's really exciting.
We keep on hearing from players like, hey, unless I have a friend to play with, I don't know what to do. And so what we're trying to give them is like, hey, here's a path to follow. Guardian ranks are basically like a knowledge ladder. We actually progress you through 11 ranks, and it's really like heavily focusing on like exposing players to all the systems of Destiny.
At some point, the story about you as a Guardian involves other Guardians and what they think about you.
I still saw
that
those.
is just a whole new dimension of your journey through Destiny that we've never really explored before. When you show up in the tower and you see that person who's at one of the highest ranks, you're going to know that you're looking at a player who's actually really demonstrated mastery of many of the different activities in Destiny, not just from our perspective, but from the perspective of other players. Some of the higher Guardian ranks will actually be asking for you to step up, to actually rise to the occasion and prove to other Guardians that you are a strong player and a strong leader.
A lot of people have groups that they already play with, but this will really provide people the opportunity to be recognized for helping other people learn the game, but also provide more people to play with on a regular basis.
In the year of Lightfall, we're going to actually be investing in building a looking for group system in Destiny itself. You'll be able to look for other players, you'll be able to find groups that are looking for players.
I'm so excited about being able to form groups in the next coming year because
Thank God! Finally! Took you long enough.
Hard content solo and making it so much easier to find people to play with.
I don't have
is
to
just gonna
fucking
make
get my
getting into
phone
Destiny
and oh my
doing
God.
the awesome content
Thank God.
so much easier.
Yeah, and they'll be able to say, this is a player who I can trust to lead me through the new raid. I want to join their group. Or they can say, these are players who are new to the activity. I want to take them for that first raid because that'll be a great experience for them and a valuable experience for me as a leader.
It's really going to help players come together and understand each other better when they've never met before. It's going to make the game so much more social, and I think that it's going to really make Destiny players feel like they're on one team.
So commendations is a feature that you'll experience towards the end of an activity. So you end the activity now and you get to see the screen that has all the people you played with. You can click on one of the Guardians and choose what experience you had with them. So like, were they a good team player? Were they fun to play with?
There's no better way to actually show how good a person is as a teammate or as a leader than to have other players say, this person's a great teammate, this person's a great leader. It's really a system that's designed to let players show appreciation for each other.
Also, using the commendation system, people are going to be able to say,
So it's
like,
gonna be
hey,
like the
this person
PlayStation
as a good
accolades.
leader, and looking at the Guardian rank system, they have a lot of experience. It's going to be, oh, that's the person I want to help me get through this hard content that I've been struggling with.
Social games like Destiny give you an opportunity to like really connect with other people and do things together and get to know each other. And with a system like LFG, you're making it so that more people can get that experience started than ever before.
Both the loadout screen and the mod manager are completely new features.
The mod manager is meant to make build construction Destiny a lot easier.
We all love our fashion game. Fashion game's amazing. And so we're going to
Are
take what
mods
we did for
going
the
to
fashion
be
game and we're bringing
easier
it to the
to
buildcraft game.
acquire?
There's going to be one screen where you can go to and do your entire loadout for your character. It's going to be amazing.
So you'll be able to save the build that you've put together as a loadout and then switch between those things as you're going from activity to activity.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I feel like with the new release of Destiny and the commendation system mixed with Guardian ranks, we're giving players even new aspirations. It isn't going to be just about power level. It won't just be about gear. It's also going to be about that Guardian rank. It's going to be about those commendations. It's all the ways that we're bringing players together.
So today, we are also launching a brand new season of Destiny 2. And as we've evolved our seasons over the years, we've learned a lot. And I think we've been able to deliver some amazing character moments and events for the community.
We're long past the era of content droughts. Instead, there are exciting story and events happening in Destiny almost every week, year-round. And we're not slowing down.
Each season, we want to keep raising the bar for narrative experiences in any live game. We want to keep pushing to create unexpected adventures that'll make every season of Destiny unique. And we want to keep listening and learning from you, the Destiny community, so that we can create the strongest seasons of any live service.
Because the witness is coming. And if we want to survive, we need a crew. We need to enrich our defenses. If you're feeling surly, maybe even loot our enemies.
We may even need to find a captain to join us on our next adventure
here comes
in the
Mithrax.
season of Plunder.
No update for Destiny yet.
Aramis has broken free. The old crew's now really under her command.
I've read about them. What is the human word?
Pirates. The full vanguard should
Oh!
to deal with these outlaws.
Well,
Are we going back to the Tangled Shore?
Go show those pirates what happens when they crush Spiderhead. Hope you've got ammunition, Guardian.
Oh, that looks sick.
Time to blow this rickety barge.
Whoa, look at that thing. What the hell? That looks sick. Oh, and there's Arc 3.0, baby. Whoa, dude.
You got the goods, Guardian.
pirate. This is like if Grasp of Avarice was like, just went insane.
Sorry, getting a little swept up in all this adventuring.
Oh my god, of course the Drifter would do a sea shanty. Oh, look at that. That looks cool. To December 6th, okay.
What are you most excited about for Season of Plunder?
Pirates.
That's a Drifter voice actor.
This season we said, what if we just go to the stars and dig up buried treasure?
We are unearthing a lot of mysteries and secrets. We're swashbuckling onto enemy spaceships. And then we're also learning a lot of things about some of our favorite characters.
We're gonna have an adventure this season.
Season of Plunder kicks off with Aramis being freed from her icy prison. She's collected old, fallen crews of pirates and rogue cabal together in order to hunt down mysterious relics and treasures.
It's time to meet your end.
So Guardians are tasked with stopping Aramis from collecting these relics. And in order to do that, you have to create your own crew of shady dealers and backroom brokers.
Drifter, Mithrax, Ido, and Spider are going to be helping you.
Anchors away. Ready when you are, Captain.
That's the beginning of Season of Plunder. What you're going to be doing is forming a pirate crew of your own. You're going to fill it with different crew members that you can recruit over the course of the season. Drifter is going to toss you the keys to your personal catch. Then you're just going to set out into the stars and do cool pirate stuff.
All right.
So excited.
This season, we have multiple brand new activities coming that will really give you a sense of being on a pirate adventure. One of the mainstays of this season is a new 6-player offensive called Catch Crash.
When I saw the concept for the catch with the big mainsails on it, I just said, oh my god, this is gonna be a fun season.
That's what they need to focus on. They just need to focus on fun,
like
man.
fighting on the deck of the ship.
Not
You get
fucking
to become
just
your own
sitting around the
ammunition
Leviathan
and launch
like a
yourself
bozo.
from a cannon to the other ship, and you are the weapon, so you're gonna go mess them up.
The second big activity we have coming this season is called Expedition. You're going to be guiding a massive drill that's looking for this buried, hidden pirate treasure, and you're going to have to be fending off of all these pirate crews trying to protect their hoards.
So that's
And
gonna
then
be
our
kind of
final
like
new activity coming this season is what we're calling pirate hideouts.
We have so many like different little maps that you can piece together fragments of this season, and they lead you to the lair of the pirate lord, right? Their hideout.
These are their caves where they're hoarding all of their amazing treasures and their mysterious relics.
These relics are mysterious objects of dark power, and they're all over the system. We don't know exactly what it is they do yet, but if
be like
Aramis is
Lost
trying
Sectors.
to collect them, it's nothing good.
Taking the opportunity to line the ARC 3.0 update with the Fallen, it just ended up working out perfectly because you got all the simple ARC weaponry and the ARC shielded captains. It feels right with that release, almost like we planned it.
ARC is a damage type that's about proximity, right? It's about going fast up into your enemy spaces and like deleting them. It's the damage type for people that want to hold W. You don't want to retreat.
Unbridled aggression to the max.
Hunter is really about close range action, being fluid and dynamic and agile, evasive. So we're gonna give Arc Hunter a new super. We call it Gathering Storm, where you summon your Arc Staff, like twirl it above your head and then launch it out, and then it will embed into the ground or into like bosses or mini bosses or champions and jolt them. Like a big lightning strike will strike the staff and overcharge it. And while that staff is overcharged, it'll start Tesla coiling little lightning bolts out at nearby enemies. Warlock is kind of this elemental conduit. You are a class that will turn yourself into lightning. You will create things out of lightning. Previously, we had this exotic armor piece called Getaway Artist, where you consume your grenade and it'll make a what we call a sentient arc soul that fires faster and does more damage as a result. So we decided to roll that into base arc soul behavior. Anytime you are amplified, any arc soul you have from any source will become the supercharged version that will fire off just rapid fire bolts.
Titan's about being this unstoppable freight train. It's about this constant
We never
movement.
got a
so
solar
we
soul,
gave
did
Titans
we?
a new movement option.
something that we felt like is going to be competitive in this new environment of air dodges and air slams. That's a new ability called Thruster. And it's all in first person. It's all very much in the heat of the moment. You see it happen. Its whole property is like rush down or get away. It's a movement tool.
Who bullied that fucking Bungie dev on fucking Twitter because Twilight Garrison wasn't coming back?
Which is like
Who said
an
that?
amazing thing
You will
where
die
he like
now.
charges his
Look at
fist, all super flashy. It's our first ever charge melee, so you hold down the button, and
Hope
as
you
that
feel
cocks
extra
back
dumb.
and charges up, you'll end up doing more damage and getting a little bit more range. And speaking of like the whole goal of deleting things, I believe in PvP a full charge is a one-shot kill.
It is, oh yeah.
It's a little skillful to like pull off because you're gonna have to really read your opponent here. The whole through line with Arc is like, it really isn't that complicated. It's move fast, hit hard, and stay alive.
What I'm most excited about in the Season of Plunder is that this is really a season that has a sense of adventure. You're exploring the system, you're looking for pirate treasure, pirate relics. You're seeing the world evolve in a way we haven't done before.
I love that with the activities in the season, like we just leaned really hard into the pirate fancies. I love that we have your own catch. I love that you're tracking down buried treasure and then going after the pirate leaders in their caves.
The interesting thing about Destiny is we're not just a fantasy game or a sci-fi game, we're kind of a blend of both. We take inspiration when we say pirates, it's old world pirates that you would see traditionally back in the 17 and 1800s. We have like a flintlock pistol, we have an exotic fusion rifle that plays different than fusion rifles you've ever seen before.
It's just like end to end, just really leaning into that spirit of like the pirate adventure. And let's also make it so that new players coming in can actually jump in and get started. The gift of the Thunder Gods is a starter kit. It's a set of armor, it's a Thunderlord exotic weapon.
So jump in, join your friends, set sail, become the captain, and build your crew today in Destiny.
Looks pretty epic. There it is, boys! Oh, let's go! Ha 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 ha! Oh, there it is. There it is. Yep, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. There it is. Hello. Dude, I love the lighting, man. Oh, look at that. There you go. Is that a ring?
Man, it is so awesome seeing
Is that a
Kingsfall
ring?
return to Destiny.
Yeah, actually, Kingsfall was the first thing I got to work on at Bungie. And I'm thrilled that a whole new generation of Guardians will get to experience this refreshed and reloaded showdown with the Taken King.
So, we've shown you Lightfall. We've shown you the new damage type, Strand. We've shown you some of the deeper changes to the game that we're going to be making throughout the next year. But we have one more thing that we are excited to announce today.
Oh, God.
Destiny is coming to the Epic Game Store today.
Epic has been an absolutely fabulous partner to work with. They love Destiny. And we are just huge fans of what they've been doing in the social game space.
Oh, God,
When we
here
first
it
started
comes.
working with Epic, we sat
Oh,
down
he
and
knows
talked
what he's
about the
doing.
impact
He's
of their games
smiling.
have
Look
had
at
on
him.
us.
He knows
And they
what
had
he's
a bunch
about
of
to
the same
say.
stories for us.
They shared stories about playing the Vault of Glass and how much they enjoy the
He
social
knows what he's
experiences in
about to
Destiny.
say. He knows what's
And I got
coming.
to talk about the summer of FORTNITE Chapter 1, Season 5, when my whole family was laser focused, taking turns in the island to unlock Drift.
In
Here it
addition to
comes.
launching
He
all
knows
of
what he's
Destiny
about
2
to
on the
say.
Epic Games
He's
Store
smiling.
for
Oh,
the next week,
God.
if you download the game on Epic, we will give you the 30th anniversary for free.
Oh,
if you haven't earned your
that's
Galahorn
nice.
yet, or you haven't played the Grasp Dungeon, come to the Epic Game Store and you can jump in for free.
That's nice.
We want to welcome all these new
But
Guardians
here it comes.
with a celebration.
Here it comes.
One that stretches
It's
a little further
Here it comes.
than the last city.
Oh, God. Here it comes. Oh, no! Oh, my God! my god. Oh my god.
A few years ago, we shared our plans for the Light and Darkness saga. This journey, years in the making, is coming to an end. Since we started charting our own course, we've been building this story across 5 years of expansions, since the first pyramid ship emerged in Shadowkeep and we first spoke to the darkness. Then, across Beyond Light, the Witch Queen, and coming up in Lightfall in the final shape, we're building towards a climactic collision between the powers of light and dark.
We've also been working on the Destiny engine behind the scenes, preparing our technology and our game to last for many, many years to come. Because Destiny 2 is not going anywhere, and neither are your expansions. We want this story, since we first communed
Are they gonna
with the
announce
darkness
the
on
one
moon,
after
to be
Final
fully
Shape?
playable, start to finish. And we're happy to announce today that we are not planning to sunset any more expansions.
Let's
want the Destiny
fucking
universe
go!
to grow.
Are you
and we're going to continue to do everything that we can behind the scenes to keep that possible within our game engine.
But enough about the distant future. Let's talk about today, the best day all year to jump into Destiny.
Yes, because if you're looking to catch up, right now, all expansions are free to play for this entire week on every platform for everyone.
Oh
Right now,
my god.
Season of Plunder is live, and the Helm's got a set of supercharged art gear for anyone looking to catch up
my god,
Destiny
dude.
is live on the Epic Game Store. You can download it for free, and you can get the 30th anniversary pack.
There
as
is
your welcome
no
gift.
more
And if you
excuses
like what
to
you saw
not
about the
play this
future,
game.
Right now, pre-orders
No
for Lightfall
more.
are live on all platforms. And anyone who purchases the annual pass gets the exotic auto rifle Quicksilver Storm today.
Today is a perfect day to play Destiny.
So we'll see you in game.
There is no more excuse not to play this game. Oh my god.
I've read about them.
Oh my god.
What is the human word?
Pirates.
That's a follow in Fortnite. It's like all of this is badass, and then you see Fortnite. It's like, what the fuck?
What they do then, that is who they are.
And that was it. Oh my god. Oh my god, I just nutted like 50 times over. Oh my god, dude. That was... Oh my god, dude. Jesus Christ. There is no excuse not to play Destiny right now. All expansions are free, including the Witch Queen? Are you kidding me? Oh my god, this... Holy shit. Alright, do we stay for the after show? Let's see what they're gonna actually talk about. If they're gonna talk about actual stuff, then sure. But if it's like, oh my god, I'm a developer. I'm a developer at Bungie. Don't believe me, dude. That was fucking insane. They just went like the Witch Queen was like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like, okay, the throne world, whatever. But then in Lightfall, they're like, fuck you, we're doing weirdo shit now. Oh my god, dude. And the Strand, that looks sick. It's not like a pure poison thing. Because, you know, you think of green, it's like, okay, it's going to be poison subclass. It's kind of more like a laser-ish, maybe, or something. That's still cool. So Callus is probably going to be like the main villain. And then the final shape is going to be... Witness versus whatever the fuck's in the Traveler. Light and dark kind of thing. That season of Plunder, that looks pretty cool. How long it's gonna last? I don't know. But it's gonna last a while, so it's gonna be September, October, November. Oh, it ends in early December, so I guess it's not that long. But then late December to what was the release date? It was like February. It was February 20-something. So we'll see. All right, let's see what they're gonna.
Hey Guardians, and welcome to the Destiny 2 Showcase post show. Oh, I hope you're having as much of a good time.
Flawless, my boy.
So good to finally share all the things the teams have been working on. So hard behind the scenes. We've got Arc 3.0. We've got Space Pirates. We finally have Drifter saying more than 2 words. It's a beautiful thing, and we've got.
Dude, if
some
Drifter,
really cool
I want Drifter sea shanties.
I will say what a pleasure it is to welcome to the stage the one, the only, D Flawless.
Hey,
how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Yes. Thanks for having me. It's such a blast to be here. Like you said, we got Pirates, we got Arc 3.0, we got Light. We got so much stuff to talk about. I can't wait to dive into it and just go over everything.
Go ahead and give us your best Drifter impression. Go ahead.
Pirates.
I love it. I love it. It's gonna be great. We've got some deep dives with some of the developers
Here, let me
that
turn
are
up the volume.
responsible for the beautiful world of Destiny.
Well
We've also got a live gameplay stream later on with some of the team as well, which is going to be a good time.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
Hopefully nothing crazy happens.
No, we love crazy here. We're Bungie. Come on, let's go.
Well, never mind.
But speaking of deep dives, you actually have something coming up, right?
I do.
What you got?
I got some members of the dev team here with me, and we're going to be talking about some of the new stuff that's coming to Destiny 2. What's going on, y'all?
Howdy,
How's it going?
Thanks for joining us.
What's going on? All right. So last time we did this was Shadowkeep, and Dado was here. And let's just address the elephant in the room. All right. There was a popular meme made, and I don't have a notebook like Dado did. I have cards. Okay. So you can't meme this. All right. We're safe.
We're safe.
All right. Good to know. How's everybody doing?
So good.
Good. Happy to be here, man.
Awesome, awesome. Let's go around the table and let's have everyone introduce yourself. Let's start with this lovely gentleman to my left.
Hey everybody, I'm Joe. I'm the game director for Destiny 2.
Oh, hey everybody, I'm Dan. I'm the general manager for Destiny 2.
I'm Taylor. I am the senior test lead for Season 18 and Season of Plunder. And yeah, excited to be here.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm the project lead for Destiny 2 expansions.
Hi, I'm James Tsai. I'm one of the creative directors on Destiny.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you all so much for being here. So let's just kick it off. We're all just talking. We're all just having a good time.
Let's see. How are we looking
What are
on
we
the
most
actual
excited
stream,
for?
boys? How are we actually looking?
Neomuna.
Neomuna?
Yeah.
Neomuna. It looks so good. Did you guys see that trailer? It looked so good.
I'm very excited.
I'm very excited. I think in general, like in Destiny, we've went to,
All right, let's,
to very different destinations. There are very nature
Check out the-
ascendant, and I think I'm really excited to just see what a up to date like super futuristic neon city looks like, and I'm very excited to just use the grapple on that. So yeah.
Grapple. Yeah, go.
Yeah, oh, I was going to say, the thing about Neomuna, it's really cool because, as Kat was saying, we've gone to a lot of like abandoned places, a lot of nature ascendant places that are falling apart or overrun, but Neomuna is like this, it's a civilization that the people believed in and it was worth protecting, and it really embodies like the positivity and the hope and the optimism that runs at the core of a lot of what Destiny does, so it's a really cool place.
I think I'm excited for how different it feels from where we've been before. What Kat and James were saying. I think last year the team was sent on a mission and we said, can you make a really cool swamp? And they're like, okay, yeah. And then they're like, okay, we've gotten really good at this like swamp making. I was like, great. Now make a city, right? Like now make like futuristic, like something that's never been done before in Destiny, where you feel like minutes before you got there, it was functioning, right? Like people were thriving in this place, and that's just a place that we've never been before in Destiny.
Absolutely. You guys killed it with the design. And did I see this correctly? Are we getting destructible environments in the game?
So the game is like all about like blockbuster action, big fun sequences there. And yeah, there's definitely like some locations, some places where there's gonna be a lot of like things blowing up, a lot of visual flair. It's not like the kind of destructible, like dynamic destructible stuff where you're like gonna blow like a new path in the level and be able to like take a different route than you thought you could. But it really adds a lot to the mood and stuff to have like these things blowing up all over the place. It really complements the theme of the release.
I get what
I
they're
think
trying
for
to
us,
say,
it's about really highlighting some of those moments, right? You're
It's
gonna
not gonna be like
place the
Battlefield.
rally banner down, and just a sea of Cabal or Vex is gonna pour out, and then suddenly glass is flying everywhere and brands are going right, and that's that moment that we want. And then we're like, okay, yeah, I think I earned that, those 2 treasure chests for my encounter there. I'll be on my way.
After all the explosions.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's the trick, right? Like, it's a war zone, right? Like, I know we've been at war, and I know we've been protecting the last city, but to Joe's point, we just spent, the last year in a swamp, kind of playing detective. And this is, the battle is there. It's huge. It's larger than life. So there's things blowing up. There's the constant struggle. It's just a very different vibe. I'm super excited for the action of it.
Who doesn't like blowing stuff up? I do. So we talked about a little bit. Tell us more about who we're going to be encountering on Neptune. Who are we fighting? We saw some Cabal.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing is, the Witness has pulled in and sent Callus, right? You probably saw that concept of Callus's, in classic style, the big pyramid ship with his own sort of effigy crowned on it. And so there's going to be a lot of Cabal, and then there's also this sort of Vex undercurrent threat of Neomuna as well, and so that's an interesting thing that players will sort of discover,
Okay.
What they've been dealing with for the past. But yeah,
because the Vex haven't really been
Callus
in the...
is back, loaded up, really as a disciple of the Witness, and so
Vex isn't really...
I could say with like 95,
When's the last time we've seen the Vex?
97% certainty. It's like Callus and not a robot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Definitely probably.
But yeah, it's so cool because we've been seeing like a ton of stuff going on with like Kaital and stuff in the past few seasons and things. And
Stop calling her
explore, like, more
Kaital,
of the backstory
man.
of like the
Jesus
Cabal,
Christ.
find out more about them as a combatant race. It's just really exciting to see that happening, like the Destiny universe continuing to grow, and Callus, like we're gonna find out like why he's signed on with the Witness. What does he want? What does he hope to gain?
Yeah, but speaking of which, though, but like, even though it's 97% Callus, and it's the Cabal, but it's not the Cabal we know, right? Like, as becoming a disciple, Callus got some upgrades. So like, there's a different Cabal we're going to be fighting. There's different flavors to it.
And I think the biggest upgrade, it's not just the Cabal. There's another unit of the pyramid coming with the Cabal, right? And the Witness said, hey, you're going to need some help, and that's what we call this the Tormentor, right?
Tormentors. Those things look terrifying. What can you tell me about the Tormentors? I'm excited to go up against these.
They are terrifying.
They are terrifying. We
Yeah.
can tell you that. Yeah, so the Tormentors are a new pyramid unit that will be joining the Cabal and the forces of the Witness this time around. And they're basically bosses in the battle arenas that you will encounter throughout Neomuna. They are, as you said, terrifying to fight against. They have different phases, and they're really like, scary mini bosses.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we called them like terrifying Grim Reapers, and these things are awesome because they're like the first like pyramid units that are like in the core combatant sandbox now so that they're gonna anchor like a lot of tough encounters, and
so
they have a bunch of different ways they can hit you, right? They have like the like scythe thing, we called them, like I said, our terrifying Grim Reapers. So they throw these like scythe like projectiles at you. They can rush in and like grab you and stuff. And it's just like, it's a completely different experience fighting them. It's a really, really fun kind of like.
They're living up to their name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get tormented by some tormentors.
I like how terrifying Grim Reaper was the throwaway term. Like that's scary.
This is Grim Reaper, but worse. And we also have another new character type. What are we calling these Cloud Striders? What can we say about these guys? Are they friend, foe?
Yeah. A little background on the story of Neomuna. So during the first collapse, there was basically a ship that was able to escape, and that's how the society in Neptune started, and how Neomuna as a city came to be. They basically have been preparing all these years to avoid the second collapse and make sure that all their citizens are safe. As part of that, there is this class of people who actually are volunteers. And it's a very different paradigm from what we know as the Guardians. The Guardians are basically chosen by the Traveler to defend humanity. With the Cloud Striders, they actually volunteer to go through a bunch of cyber enhancements and really be ready to protect the citizens in the city. And so that's a very heroic thing to do. And we're going to be able to discover more of their story and how they came to be. But also it comes with a cost. Like they actually shortened their lifespan for about a decade as they are Cloud Striders. And so you basically have two at a time, one who's mentoring the next one, and we're going to see some of those things play out in Lightfall.
Yeah. What I sort of love about the Cloud Striders is they sort of form this mirror for the Guardian in a bunch of ways. You know, we think of Guardians as the only heroes for the solar system, but the people of Neptune have come up with a different way. And you know, you take yourself as a Guardian, you know, this 6-foot mystic hero, and then you stand next to one of the Cloud Striders, and you're like, oh,
I'm small.
Yeah, and every one of the Cloud Striders looks like they're hitting the gym, you know, morning, noon, and night, and they have a very different approach to combat maybe than our sort of like tactical view or mystic powerful view. They're all force all the time.
Yeah, it's a beautiful juxtaposition, right? Like you have the Guardians, as Kat said, that were chosen, like, you know, chosen for immortality but still for defense and protection, versus these Cloud Striders that opt in to shorten their own life, the antithesis of immortality, to sacrifice their mortality also to defend. And it's interesting to see, like, to explore how those two different societies play out and how they approach battle and how they approach combat. It's going to be really awesome to see it play out.
That's awesome. So speaking of combat, we have a new energy type, Strand. Tell me everything about Strand. I want all the details.
Grapple. What else do you
I mean, it's green. You saw it was green. Like,
it's green. There you have it.
That's the bulk of it.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting things for Strand, you know, is it's the first power where your Guardian is the first person to ever encounter this. It's sort of a thing that you're learning about, and you have mentors that are helping you learn more about it, but you're really on the front lines of this sort of new darkness power, and what does it mean, and then I think how that gets, you know, translated into gameplay is this high mobility. We really love the thought of the cosmic web, right? Behind all of us, there's this web that connects everything, and Strand is about touching into that web, and that's why grapple can grapple anywhere, right? You don't need a point. Yes. The web is everywhere. You find the web and pull it towards you, and how the different classes sort of, you know, make this web come to life, I think is going to be really interesting for our players to discover over the next few months as we start talking more about it.
Absolutely.
And it's been something that we've been exploring on throughout the whole campaign, is also your Guardian's journey in discovering Strand, as Joe was saying, and how we can learn and utilize this new darkness power is part of the story that we're gonna go through with players, and so it's been really cool. As a Titan, I'm very excited about doing the Titan thing and actually hold Strand and have like a whole AOE.
What's with all the punching?
Whoa, they're claws now. They're grafted on.
Excuse me.
This is a refined punching.
Gotcha.
So yeah, super excited about Strand, and I think one thing that I really want to make sure that we highlight is what Joe said. Like, you don't need a grapple point to use the grapple. Like, you can actually grapple onto anything, the air or whatever you want, because we are using this cosmic web that permeates the world.
That's really good for me because as a hunter who regularly overextends himself into like every fight and is just like after 2 seconds like I gotta get out of here, that grapple has saved my life a lot of times.
Sweet, sweet. Can't wait to get my hands on the grapple. We also talked about the legendary campaign in the showcase. Is there anything new to the legendary campaign coming, or can we expect some of the classic rewards that we got last time with the getting us raid ready and things like that?
I think we're gonna.
Yeah, I think from a reward side, we're following a really similar story. I think we're gonna give you the awesome, gear at the end of the campaign to get you up in that powerful band. We're gonna let you choose one of the new exotics. This time, we're making sure they have high stat rolls on them. But in addition, because you're unlocking Strand during all this, we're also going to give you a little bit of extra Strand currency. So if you do the legendary campaign, you're going to be able to earn 1 extra fragment right off the bat. But I think the differences really start to come less in the rewards and more in the campaign itself. If you look at the Witch Queen and what we did in the campaign of the Witch Queen, I sort of like to compare that to the Corrupted Strike, right? There's like a little bit of nuance, it's a little bit creepy, there's some mechanics going on, and you got to play with a little finesse, right? Each thing is a little bit surprising. Really what we're doing in Lightfall is like the Proving Ground Strike, right? You're like, hey, you want to shoot a lot of people, right? Like, do you want to get in there and fight just a ton of Cabal? I think the thing, we're going to have players go through the Legendary campaign, and when you hit that wipe screen on an encounter, sometimes you see the report, and you're like, whoa, how many? Did
I do that?
I think you're Joe, not many.
Oh, shots fired.
I mean, Legendary Campaign has been such a joy to to bring into the Destiny universe the past couple of releases. Just getting back to that that smart combat that you you have to make choices. You can't just be James and rush in and then try and grapple your way out of trouble. You have to actually think about where you're going to stand, where you're going to aim, what your loadout is. How are you kitted out for this fight? And to see the designers, at Bungie, just spend so much time thinking about all the different dimensions of the encounter, all the different ways that a player can pick it apart, and the different ways that they want players to be able to make progress in it or push back on the players. There's just so much loving handcrafted work that goes into designing these encounters. It's just been so much fun to watch.
And honestly, just because I'm probably I'm definitely the most recent person to Bungie, I think seeing that, what James is just saying about the love that goes into crafting all these experiences has been absolutely just fascinating and just endearing, honestly. As a huge Destiny fan and now having the privilege of honestly working on my absolute favorite game in the world, it's amazing to see how it all comes together. And sorry, I'm gonna stop or I'm gonna get emotional. Go.
Good. Sure. Taylor, let's. What are you thinking about the Strand abilities? What are you excited for in Lightfall? What are you thinking you want to jump into?
I feel like most, except for James, we're all Titans here, right? No?
Warlock.
Wow.
No.
Okay. You know
Listen,
what?
I've seen. There has to be.
I think we're the only Titans, really.
I think the biggest problem with being able to see the internal stuff is you see all the armor sets really early, and then you're like, okay, what class am I playing this time?
Yeah. Especially the aesthetic. That is always all about the fashion and how your abilities will kind of mesh with. I'm all about aesthetic fashion, so it's nice to kind of fit that in with your subclasses.
Fashion is the real end game, right?
Oh yeah.
So we love fashion, we love Destiny, we don't want it to end, but we've heard talk about the end of this light and dark saga. What does that mean? Is Destiny going away?
No, Destiny's not going anywhere. I think the easiest way to think about the end of the Light and Dark saga is the end of a chapter in a much longer tale, a much longer book or series of books or something like that. This is a great moment in time in the history of Destiny and in the history of the world, and we want to tell it right, and we want to have a satisfying conclusion, but a conclusion to that chapter, not the story of Destiny.
I think for a long time, we've been setting up this, we've got this big white ball in the sky, the Traveler, and we've got these big creepy pyramids coming from space. And we want to make sure that we're always making good on those stories, right? We say, hey, you've been waiting for this. We're going to give it to you. And then we're going to go to a next chapter, and we're going to be able to move beyond that in the Destiny universe and talk about new, exciting ideas.
Awesome, awesome. So Destiny is forever. You know what else is forever? Fortnite. Epic? What's going on?
I mean, like, why wouldn't we want to be on Epic Game Store?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, one of the key pillars of Destiny that our ambitious goal that we try to hold ourselves to is we want to be able to play this game anywhere. Right? Like, and just Epic Game Store is such a huge step in that direction. There's so many amazing gamers that are over there on that platform. And we're big fans of Epic. We're big fans of all those games. We're super excited today to be able to bring them, like, just bring Destiny to all those players who may not have experienced it before. You know, and also worth mentioning, if you do go on Destiny on Epic Game Store today and sign up, you do get the 30th anniversary pack that we launched last year for free.
Wow.
Forever.
Wow. I'm super excited to see all the collaborations, Epic, Fortnite, Fall Guys, all that. But before we get into that, there's some other things, very exciting things that the community's been asking for a long time. LFG's coming into the game. You finally did it. Give me the story behind this.
Yeah, I mean, Dan just talked about it, how important it is for us, for the Destiny 2 team, to make sure that Destiny is like a social game and a game that like it's so easy to jump in and just like either play with your friends or find new friends to play with, right? And so LFG is really a step in that direction. And so making sure that we have a really good system in-game where you can jump into your favorite raid if your clan is not available for some reason, or you're actually looking for a clan, I think is going to bring a lot of those experiences to way more people than it currently does. And so it's super exciting that we'll be able to bring that in next year.
I think one of the most exciting things about LFG is the way the team is approaching it, right? And they want to make sure we have the right foundation, because we want a really stellar LFG tool in Destiny. And so, you know, what's coming first with Lightfall is this thing we call Guardian Ranks. And Guardian Ranks for us it's this journey from the absolute new light player all the way to a Grandmaster, like PvE All-Star. And you can go through these ranks and it'll show you, hey, here's what you need to do next. Oh, you've mastered that? You should try some of this stuff. You should try learning about build crafting. Okay, you should try getting into dungeons. You should try getting into a little bit harder strikes. And we think of that as really as the base for LFG, because when you want to go to LFG, you want to know that the people that you're looking to build your raid team with, your dungeon team with, your trial team with, you want to know they're ready, right? And so Guardian Ranks really is this thing that you can say, like, hey, I'm ready. Like, I've done all the stuff that shows I'm ready for the raid.
Stats.
Yeah, and I think between Guardian Ranks and accommodations, we not only have the tools that are hopefully going to say, hey, I know I can build a good raid team in this tool. We also have encouraging people to go down and say, hey, let's take this person on their first raid, right? Let's bring them up. Let's get them up to the next level of Guardian Ranks. And so I'm really excited about how the social team is addressing all these things, because yeah, it's really important. We love the sort of unmatched made content in Destiny. We want to keep it challenging and engaging, but we also want to build those tools that are going to allow you to get into that content and say, oh yeah, I've done the raid, right? I've done I've gone and mastered some of the coolest content in Destiny.
Yeah, I think there's like a lot of cool elements that, like Joe's talking about, where it's like, it's showing you what you need to do to, to progress, how to spend your time. Another property I really like about Guardian Ranks is that as you move up, it forces you a little bit out of your comfort zone. It's getting you to try new things, to maybe do new things like new activity types, to try and put yourself out there like a little more in terms of like, like the aspirational content, or trying to do some social things to keep your growth and your journey in Destiny like moving forward at all times and not falling into like these like the same patterns over and over. So there's a lot of just really cool effects having like a Guardian Rank system that has on the player.
Yeah, and one of the last things I think that we're really hoping the system can do is, Destiny can be an overwhelming game, not just for a new player to get into. Hey, there's so much stuff, what should I do? Also, if you're taking a break and you're coming back. And we really want the Guardian Ranks to be this place that you can go where you're like, what should I do? There's so much to do in Destiny. What should I do? And you can say, okay, I should work on this.
Wait, you're allowed to take breaks?
You are allowed to take risks. And I think this is a really important part of Guardian ranks is that even if you have friends who are playing, but like you're coming back to the game or you're brand new to the game, that's probably a place you can point them to. And it's like, why don't you just follow like this? And it's probably a great path for you to ramp up. And then Joe also mentioned commendations. And one of the really important things about building a game that's inherently social, and we want it to be, is to make sure that our Guardians are in their best behavior and are being super helpful to the community. And so commendations after every match-made activity is actually something that will be able to reflect that, where players will now be able to send commendations to each other and reward players for their good things that they did in the game. Either they were helpful or like they were really good at PvP or whatever it was. And so that system plugs into Guardian ranks, and I think it's going to be really a highlight of the system.
Yeah, the once you get past all of the, hey, I've done all the content, there's a few Guardian ranks at the end that are all actually about that combination. Wow. It's all about saying to say, okay, you've proven that you can do all this. Now prove that you're a person that other people want to play with. And it doesn't always have to be that you're the, most amazing raid leader. It can also be that like, whoa, Kat's just like super dependable, right? She's got like a good attitude, and like you look at her lane in Vault of Glass, and you're like, yeah, it's handled, right? Like, and I can always count that like what's going on over there is on the up and up.
Is there like a comic relief one for those of us who are really just good on chat?
Yes.
Good backpack.
Yeah.
Good at riding the backpack.
That's right.
I want the troll commendation. I'm leading somebody off a ledge somewhere, put it in the game. All right. So one of the things we're going to get our hands on, well, now, Season of the Plunder is here. Arc 3.0 is here. What do we have to say about Arc 3.0? There's so much cool stuff to get our hands on. Taylor, what do you think?
For Arc 3.0, it's touching like all things Arc, and so like one of the things that is really cool about Arc 3.0 is you can bring in older Arc weapons that have been your favorites, minus Trinity Ghoul, and like
Good
having
choice.
that like synergize with the new Arc 3.0. It's something that I think we're really excited to see everyone playing with Arc 3.0, being able to, kind of build up and craft their own style, and seeing like what people come up with in the next few weeks. And I'm just really excited to see how everyone handles it. I'm really excited for like the Titan Thunderclap. I cannot wait for that.
Titans get another one-shot ability.
I'm just excited. I get to throw my arc staff.
Yes.
I cannot tell you how many times I have popped that thing, gone twirling, gone after somebody, and they just just jump over me, and I just go right off the ledge to my doom. Now with like being able to throw the arc staff, like I have like a whole nother way to just like miss and like be totally ineffective with my super and get laughed at by everybody. But it's like it's
Hunter
so
struggles.
cool.
Hunter struggles. Warlocks have a cool new ability where they turn into a ball of lightning.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? It's normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Let's just put that in the game. And so also Blink is back on the menu.
Yes.
How great is that?
I mean, I'm excited for the people that love Blink. As someone that is constantly the victim of people that are in, a PvE jumping puzzle, and like, oh, don't worry, guys, I'm great at Blink. And then we're just sitting there, we're on the King's Fall tomb ships, we're looking down at them, and you're like,
you got it, buddy?
You sure? You sure you're great at Blink?
Oh, man. So Arc 3.0 is here. We got Season of Plunder, Pirates. Let's talk about the narrative theme of this season. Why pirates? What are we doing?
Why not?
Why not? I know. I realize I set myself up for the why not.
I mean, yeah, who doesn't like pirates? I think that we've seen time and time again in pop culture, like we're always so fascinated with like the pirate fantasy of like action, adventure, peril, a lot of that unknown on the open seas, and that felt like we could really merge that into the Destiny universe and make it make sense, because there's always looming danger in the universe. Like there's so much empty space, you don't know what's lurking out there. And I think it's also a really cool way that we can tap into some further stories about like Drifter and Spider and how they've had like these run-ins with you know, the unsanctioned side of the galaxy, and kind of just finding a little bit more to them and some deeper dives into their personality and their characters.
Yeah, pirate mystique is just a real thing, right? Like, and when you have, to Joe's point before, right? Like we have our sphere good, triangle bad. Like we have very clear images of what's on what side of the battle. Having something that is neither, having something that is that like, you know, you don't really know where it's going to go and is unsanctioned, to use your words. I just think that's really exciting. It just adds a new dimension to the struggle and the conflict.
And Pirates is really like,
All
it's
right, I'm gonna
classic
go
Destiny.
make some lunch.
The Fallen
while
are
we
spider
wait
pirates.
for the
It is time that we make good. When you say this is a fallen captain,
Coming
you're like, a
around.
captain of what? And you're like, of that.
And Aramis is back.
You see that pirate ship back there?
I mean, but that's a true statement, right? Like ships are always cool. Pirate ships are cooler. Like it's always are. There's a cool thing about the pirate aesthetic that I think the team just nailed for this release.
So can we talk about the aesthetic a little bit? Are we getting pirate hats? What are we going to be wearing as
I'll
pirates?
be listening,
Are we going to get to
and I'll be
the
commentating.
full
I just
get-up?
won't be.
Oh yeah. We
in these walls.
as the fashion lover here, we get the hats. We get some slick coats. I am a Titan main, but I have to say the Warlock set is so cool. We kind of are fashioning our armor sets based off of like some of the pirate fantasy of like captains or swashbucklers, and so you're seeing a lot of hats, you're seeing a lot of coats, a lot of like shiny buttons and like doodads that are just attached to your armor, and it's I'm so excited. I am going to wear so much pirate gear.
All the pirate gear.
Do we get parrots?
You know,
Fuck you. No parrots equals fuck you.
Yeah, I don't think we get parrots. We do get crewmates though. So.
Okay.
Did parrots survive the golden age?
They're different.
Someone call Julia.
Pirates, you know. So we're looking good. We got our pirate gear on. What are we chasing after this season?
A lot of loot. I was gonna say a lot of booty, but a lot of loot.
A lot of booty. You heard it here first.
So we
7 gigabytes.
We really leaned into the
Oh
pirate
my
fantasy. So
God.
We have an activity called Catch Crash. Try saying that 3 times fast. It is a challenge. And it is essentially you are having a shipboarding crew, and you launch yourself over to the enemy ship. You fight your way through to the captain's quarters, and then you beat up that fallen captain and and get that loot. And then we also have expeditions, and it is 3 different activities where you're kind of going, plundering and finding treasure and glory. And then we also have hideouts, and those are 8 different
look at that,
activities where you go
I like
in
the logo
and
screen
you
they got
are,
going there.
getting rid of some scurvy dogs in those hideouts, and
Right,
you're
make sure I'm
uncovering some long lost artifacts.
Burning
So
down
it
my
is really
kitchen.
kind of
Hold on.
hitting home on that pirate adventure of like getting some lost long lost loot, getting some glory, meeting some fighting and fortune in there.
Super cool, super cool. So we know we're gonna get some new story stuff this season. We know we get new story stuff coming with Lightfall, but the day-to-day gameplay loop of Destiny. What's coming to Strikes, Gambit, Crucible? What can we say about that?
Yeah, I think the good news today is that we've got Cathedral of Dust coming back to Destiny today. We've got a new PvP game mode coming soon this season called Eruption. Next season, we are hitting the old competitive playlist pretty hard. We're doing some matchmaking stuff, and on top of that, we're getting focusing engrams coming to Shaxx, which I think will be a pretty exciting thing. And then as we sort of get into season 20 and Lightfall, we're really turning our eye towards Zavala and the old Vanguard playlist with focusing coming to him. We are refreshing some strikes, which is the first thing that we've done. This is not like an old strike coming in Destiny. It's a D2 strike that we look at and say, I think those could use a little bit of love. And
like the shadows.
Yeah. And so you may find out about some of those coming in. And then we've also got some really exciting changes just coming to Nightfall and stuff overall that we'll talk a little bit more. And then, of course, next year, you should expect reprised PvP maps and new PvP maps coming as well.
Yep.
Sweet, sweet. So what else are you guys excited to talk about? I mean, one of the cool things from the trailer that we saw that we didn't get to touch on really, we've been talking about fashion, and the changes you guys made to the fashion interface was amazing. That's now coming to Loadouts. Can we talk about that some?
I have a nice story to tell because I remember interviewing for Bungie, and it was like, if you could add one thing to Destiny, what would that be? And I was like, Loadouts. And everyone was just like looking at me because, again, I wasn't hired yet, and I was just like, And then, as we saw, Loadouts are coming. So it's very exciting. I think it's something that like every Destiny player has wanted to have in the game, and so I'm very excited that not only like you can have multiple builds, but also the fashion game is kind of introduced in part of that experience, and so it's going to be super cool to engage with.
Yeah. Also worth mentioning that much like some of the third-party apps that exist, the loadout system will be able to pull your gear from anywhere. So you don't have to make sure you're carrying all the right stuff. You can switch it up on the fly.
Oh, did I hear that right? Oh
bolts,
my God, that is
pretty
amazing.
Big for player quality of life and just enjoying the fashion game.
Yeah,
very nice.
I think what James was talking about earlier when he was talking about those handcrafted encounters in Lightfall, I think one of the things that I'm really excited about was, playing through the legendary campaign of the Witch Queen, it could often feel like, hey, the tax of switching up what I'm using is so high, I'm just gonna find one good build and I'm gonna hope that it lasts, and unless I hit a real roadblock, like we're gonna keep sailing. With all the light subclasses getting 3.0 and with loadouts and the manager coming along, I'm really excited for players to boot up Lightfall, set up all their different possibilities, and then go into these missions. And if they fail once, say, you know what, I think I should use Void for this, and then just press the button and be on their Void loadout, and then just hit that rally flag and be ready to go.
That's super cool. It's super cool.
And I think with all the synergies and mods that you now slot everywhere, I think it's such a time saver as well. Like it's much faster to get into the fun and like even strategize with if you're playing with a fire team and be like, how can we make sure that like we're all covering all the things that we need to cover for each encounter and each activity. So it's super excited about it.
Huge time saver. I'm so excited for that because my fire team takes way too long in the tower to like figure out what they're gonna set up and what they're doing, and it's like, you guys, let's just go. So I'm
Press
very
the solar button.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited for content creators as well, because I think one thing that's been difficult, people will discover a great build and it can be really hard to show off and to talk about. And this is just, hey, I just took a screenshot of one page, right? And here's everything you need to see on it, right? And then someone will be like, oh, okay, I can set that up. I can call it the flawless loadout, right?
That's great. I like that. I might use it. Yeah, no, that's a great feature that you guys have added. I know as a creator, doing guides, sharing builds with the community, being able to just share it on the fly like that, it's going to make a lot of people's lives a lot easier. You can just click of the button, switch to an all Strand loadout. So let's go back to Strand. All right, are we getting Strand everything? Strand weapons, Strand armor? Like what's?
We're getting legendary and exotic Strand weapons.
Yep.
And I think that's all we can say.
Yeah, without someone from the weapons team appearing from behind one of these photos and taking us out.
They're in the building, they are.
They're watching. Okay.
One thing we haven't talked about though are the raids. So we have a new raid coming out this season. Well, new raid coming out this season, and then no one asked about Lightfall. I don't know.
I'm like on edge over here. Yeah, we definitely have not talked about the raids, Kat.
Yeah, tell me everything.
Can't really say much. There's a raid. Yeah, I mean, raids are obviously like one of our most cherished endgame activities, and so it's something that is coming for Lightfall. We'll have a brand new raid, a 6-man activity, as they've been. we're super excited about that, and we'll share more soon.
And then I think the thing that also we'll stay pretty cryptic about, people know is coming, is that Season 19, there's a whole brand new dungeon coming out, right?
Oh, right.
And again, sworn to secrecy here, like you'll find out when you find out, but I think that, you know,
I completely forgot about that. In Season 19, there's a new dungeon.
This year. We really want to make sure, as Guardian ranks.
Are they going to commit to that next year, though?
A girth of PvE in-game content for you to sink into. Yeah.
Really nice. And we talked about the raid. I'm assuming the witness is going to be tied into that some kind of way. Can we talk anything about what we can expect from the witness? Are we finally going to learn more about what the witness's deal is?
Ooh, I can take this one. Yes, we will.
Okay. There you have it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we'll find out about the witness. All right. Anything else you're excited to share with us? Any insights from the team? Any tidbits you have for us?
I think one thing we haven't talked about, James, I know you wanted to talk a little bit about the gear that's waiting for on the helm, and I wanted to talk about, you know, today, right now, if you pre-order Lightfall, you get an exotic, and it's from Neptune. It's sort of used a little bit of this 3D printing, Cloud Strider technology in this thing we call it Quicksilver Storm. And I think the weapons team has gone a little bit wild here because it is somehow an auto rifle that shoots bullets, missiles, and grenades.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to get my hands on that and start using that.
So we can get our hands on that right now.
Yep.
If you pre-order.
Pre-order.
Yeah.
Lightfall pre-order.
And the other thing Joe was mentioning, you know, bringing players back into the fold in Destiny is always really, really important to us. And we know that, like, if you take a season off or you lapse for a little while, you know, there can be a lot of work just to get, you know, like, get back up to where you want to be. So, you know, with this new season, you'll be able to go to Helm and grab like a chest that will catch you up now. So we're gonna have like a full set of gear in there, and it's gonna bring you up to the base power level for the season. We're also gonna have a special little exotic gift for you in there.
So
if you haven't
Lightfall is
gotten Thunderlord
$100.
yet, now's your chance to grab that,
The
and that's gonna pair
full
nicely
annual
with
pass.
X 3.0.
I think what's really exciting about that gear is it's not just about the power level. You know, the systems team went in and they said, what does a good set of
Lightfall
gear
is
look like for a Destiny
$50?
player? And so they've set you up with some legendary weapons,
Holy
some
shit.
mods in your armor, some, you know, Thunderlord, right? Then we really wanted anyone to be able to wear this and to be able to go into, you know, some match-made Nightfalls, and people be like, oh, that's good. What you're wearing is good. And sort of have that confidence that as you get those better and better weapons, you have this baseline of like really just competent weapons and armor to go out and adventure in.
So yeah, we got Thunderlord coming back, and probably a bunch of new arc weapons are going to get a nice refresh with the new season. Any weapons in particular y'all are excited to play around with this season?
Like I said, I love my Trinity Ghoul. So
Trinity Ghoul?
Risk Runner?
Risk Runner? That's not going to be a problem at all.
Not worth it.
Sweet, sweet. Well, season of Plunder is live right now. You can play it. But that's it all. That's all our time. I just want to thank all of you for taking this time with me, going on this journey. But right now we have a trailer. We've seen it already. Let's watch it again. It's the Lightfall trailer coming to you right now.
So what's the value they're gonna bring to? Because seasons are $10, right? So if Lightfall is $50 base, that would be $40, right? So pre-order to immediately unlock the Quicksilver Storm weapon. That's what they were just talking about. Emote, Ghost Shell, and Emblem. includes Lightfall, new raid, 2 dungeons released in season 21 and 23. Okay, so they are kind of keeping up with that theme.
Because only in the end are we free.
And then the season
back,
passes.
Andy. That was
a lot of good stuff.
Season passes for 20 to 23.
encounter with
So that's
Joe's
4
Glorious
seasons.
I did it. I hope I wasn't.
Includes 4 Rahul's secret stash deliveries
You're
once
good.
per
You're good.
season.
I really liked what you guys
fuck?
were talking about, especially with
That
you were
contains
going
1
through
cosmetic
with
accessory,
talked
2 Ascendant alloys, 3 Ascendant
and
shards, 1
Strand
exotic
and
cipher,
Pirates.
5 upgrade
I can't
modules.
wait
Okay.
If anybody has seen the Pirates, you kind of look like Preston a little bit. It's a character. He's like, another settlement is waiting, and I'm like, I'm gonna get my settler on. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna
Goes
be
to
epic. I'm gonna
dungeons.
destroy enemies. It's gonna in the nicest way possible. Kindness
Destroy
matters.
them in the nicest way possible.
Destroy them with love.
So then let's look at the Lightfall, the base Lightfall.
And I know you love outfits
What do
too.
you
You're
got?
about to talk about some outfits.
We're about to talk some outfits. I'm excited. I am a big collector. If you don't know this about me, I have an entire shenanigans of collectibles, statues, replicas. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die at a young age because I'm gonna die under hoarding. But it's really exciting. So like, I'm actually excited to go into the next segment because that's where we're actually talking with consumer products and getting our geek on.
Yeah.
I'll
let you
later.
get to that. I'll catch you later.
Dope. I will see you later. Hi, look at that outfit. I love it. I love it. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm amped off of this showcase, man. I just want to be a space pirate. Dreams do come true.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
Yeah. All right, before we go into this, because we're going to be talking about the Lightfall Collector's Edition, we're also giving away 10 Lightfall Collector's Editions because they're hefty boys. This giveaway is going to be, unfortunately, for North American audiences only. But if you do win in the chat, we do the Twitch drops, make sure you're in chat and engaging. And if you do win it and you're not in North America, that's fine. We'll get you a code. We'll set you up. We don't want anybody to feel left out. But enough about that, because I need to know about this. This is epic. Warlock, I'm Titan main myself, but I do appreciate myself a good, powerful Warlock. I like it. What do you do here? Who the heck are you? And please explain the beauty that is your lock.
Yeah, well, so who I am, I'm Ariel. I'm on the Bungie.net team. So pretty much anything that has to do with Companion, Twitch, the website, I've touched, looked at, helped out with, made sure it's a nice place for all of our players and viewers to go to, and yeah, see everything about Destiny. But as far as like who I am wearing, I'm actually myself. I'm my Warlock in the game. I mean, I'm technically an Awoken, but I didn't want to wear body paint, so we're just gonna pretend that I'm actually a human.
Oh, okay. I think I know what they're doing.
No, it's just a light shader.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's just the lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked Wings of Sacred Dawn. This was like earlier in
So
Destiny
in
2 because
the
I just-
shut up.
I really like throwing
Shut up.
fiery swords.
So in the base version,
Optimacy gear, mostly because of the helmet.
you
I
get
just murder a broom and just
the
helmet and then
you
wear
get
it around.
Lightfall plus 1 season, right? So if it was just Lightfall by itself, that'd be $40. Then another 40 for the 4 seasons, and then you get the $20 dungeon pass thing.
Some pretty cool shaders in the last, I would say.
Okay, I think I get it.
The bright light.
I think that's what they're doing there.
I like it. And I feel like you don't
That's
need
what it
an
looks like.
introduction with that outfit, but like, let's hear it. Who are you?
I mean, I am our favorite ship right
Alright,
now,
we're
the Holiday.
done downloading in 10 seconds here.
I mean, she's a badass. She's, you know, the human who's like, I'm not a Guardian, but I'm gonna run in and I've got your back the whole time. So I love her a lot. She's great, and yeah, I always want more Amanda love.
It's awesome. And anybody watching too, it's kind of cool because a lot of people don't realize that the same person that voices Amanda Holiday is. Isn't that like wild? Like you're so small and you're so big, and I love both of you. It's very confusing.
Especially when like Amanda the whole time is like really pissed at Kyle because she's still not over the Red War stuff.
I mean,
it's fascinating.
I get it.
If you think about it, you're like, you're talking, okay.
All right, let's
We're here to make things not make sense. That's what we do.
A little bit.
because now we're on this. Let's switch to hold on. Where's my Elgato coming from? Hold on. Bye-bye. I like the frame that it's frozen on. Are you gonna be able to handle loading the Elgato? Or is this thing just gonna completely shit itself? I think it died. Okay, hold on. Let's keep it there. And then let's do... Sorry, guys. Oh god. That's the PS5. Oh god. Okay. Elgato just doesn't want to cooperate. It's like, bro, work with me, damn it. Alright. Chat, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to just switch to... Hold on. Wait. Stand by. Okay. It's going to do this? Okay, never mind. Never mind. Alright, what I'm going to do, stop the stream, and then we're going to switch over to just streaming from the console. We don't have a face cam, but we don't need that for the for this. So, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the future.